everybody, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, thank you for watching and don't forget to subscribe. Today's video is about how to nail your callback. So I'll be giving you tips on how to do your very best at your callback. So when you get called back for a show, the first thing you should do is familiarize yourself with the show. So that could mean reading the play, watching videos of the show, listening to the cast recording. Do anything you can do to make yourself as familiar with the material as possible. And don't just stop at the role that you were called back for, because chances are they might have you read or sing for a role that you weren't even called back for. However, if you were called back for several roles, a really important piece of advice is do not do badly at one of the roles that you were called back for just because you don't want to play it, because then you're just going to look like you can't act. So do as good as you can at all the roles you were called back for. If they give you sides or sheet music, make sure you read over them. Most of the time they don't have to be memorized. If they do, they'll probably tell you that. But be very familiar with the sides. And if it's a cold read and they didn't give you sides ahead of time, I'll do a whole different video on that. But my biggest tip of advice for cold reads is to make sure that you know the first line and the last line. Another important thing is if the show that you're called back for has a dance call, make sure that you have proper dance attire. So if you're called back for West Side Story and you have to do the ballet dream sequence, don't come without ballet shoes. If you don't have ballet shoes or you don't have certain dance attire, call one of your friends and be like, hey, can I borrow this? I have a really important callback and I really just want to look really put together. Can I borrow your dance shoes? Can I borrow your leotard? Speaking of dance calls, a lot of time you'll have a chance to change between your regular callback and your dance callback. But a lot of people tend to wear their dance clothes under like a dress or something, or whatever you're going to wear to your callback, just so you're really prepared, you have extra time to stretch and everything. So really, you can do either one, but almost like 90% of the time you have a chance to change your clothes. Warm up before you come. This is so important. It's always important to warm up before an audition or a callback or a show because you want to sound your best. So before your callback, make sure you warm up. At some callbacks, they do have a group warm up, but just in case they don't, do a warm up on your own, maybe in the car, in the shower. Do a warm-up, even if it's just a small warm-up, so that your voice is kind of ready to go in case there's not some sort of group warm-up. Another thing with dance calls is don't be upset if you can't get it all. Most people can't get it all. And they teach it to you so often in such a fast amount of time that even the choreographer does not expect you to get every dance move. Don't be afraid to ask questions. If you don't know what's going on, raise your hand and ask a question. I mean, don't ask a question that someone else asked already, like be listening, but if you have a question, it's okay to ask questions. They're not going to like write that down and be like, okay, she asked a question, so obviously she has no idea what she's doing. No, it's okay to be like, hey, can you repeat that? I didn't get that. And if you mess up, that's okay, just keep going. Fake it till you make it. On to singing callbacks. Let's say that the person before you was like so good and you're like, oh my god, I don't sound anything like that. They were so good, I'm not going to get the role. Don't say that, because you don't know what the director's looking for. They might not be looking for some classical soprano. They might be looking for your pop rock belt. So like, you don't know. So just be you, be confident in who you are, and you just show them. Another thing about your singing audition is it's not just about singing. You have to act through the song and you have to tell a story. I would advise you to always look nice at your callback. You don't have to wear your prom dress, but definitely don't look like you just rolled out of bed, because that just kind of shows that you don't care. And don't make any excuses. If you are late, they don't want to know that you ran over someone's raccoon and that's why you are covered in mud and you're late and your hair is messy. They don't care and they don't want to know. Just say, I'm sorry that I'm late, and get on with your life. If you can write on your sides, do it. When you're practicing with your partner before you go and read the sides, write down little things that you want to make sure you remember, circle words that are important, underline. Just write on it if you can, because it's so helpful. And don't be afraid to interact with your partner. This is part of the reason they have you read with partners, to see how you can act with another person. So it's very important that you really use your other person in the scene with you. Now on to my biggest piece of advice for you with your callback. Make big and bold choices even if it's the wrong choice. Thank you for watching this video, guys. If you have any suggestions for videos you want to see, leave a comment below. Don't forget to share this with your friends, and have a great week.